for big ideas, but the point of the fight, after all, is change, and that often requires the ability to forge alliances and persuade. The paper also criticizes Omar's legislative prowess, saying she has not demonstrated an ability to pass legislation that enacts change. She also missed 40 votes, more than all of the other Congress people in Minnesota combined. But this to me says something. So there's a change, I think, coming. Now, I don't know how big of a change. I don't know if it really means anything at the end of the day. But definitely makes a difference. At least in Minnesota. AOC won her primary. Doesn't mean she'll win the election, but I think Ilhan is going to get primaried. I could be wrong. I pray to the good Lord I'm not. But if I am, I am. And I'll happily accept a loss, unlike Democrats. But I do not believe Ilhan will beat Antone, and if she does, I know she's not going to beat the Republican. And if she does, I guess she does, but I just don't see it. I do not see the squad being able to survive the election. I just don't. I know they're going to be just fine, I think, as people, but I don't think they're going to be Congress people anymore. Maybe in 10 years when they get another chance, maybe somebody forgot about what they said. I never will, but maybe somebody will. Now, I have a couple smaller articles about Minnesota that is kind of, how to say this? It's fucked up. So we gonna start with the one, you know what I'm saying? With the number one city in Minnesota. County that ranks number one in Minnesota. Blue Earth County ranks number one in state for chlamydia ratings. What in the fuck? An annual report from state health officials shows sexually transmitted diseases are on the rise in Minnesota, with Blue Earth County holding the top rate of the infection for one disease. The annual STD surveillance report found that there were 33,725 cases of chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis reported statewide in 2019, up from 1,701 cases from the previous year. What the fuck? That is nasty. Oh, hell nah. That's wrong. And this is from southernminnesotanews.com. Holy chlamydia. Can you give the clap back, Jack? I don't think so. Yeah. MDH says the rise in syphilis cases is especially concerning. From 2018 to 2019, cases increased by 23%. But chlamydia is still the number one reported infectious disease in the state, with 24,535 cases in 2019. What in the love? This is disgusting. I'm walking as fast as I can past the air conditioning unit. Bear with me, my peoples. Bear with me. We gonna finish this article about the clap back. Blue Earth County holds the top chlamydia case rate in the state. Rates are cases per 100,000 persons. Blue Earth County had 524 reported cases of chlamydia with a rate of 819. That's higher than even the metropolitan Hennepin County, which ranked second with a chlamydia rate of 729. Y'all nasty, man. Wrap your willy, motherfucker. Ish. And women, what are you doing? Ugh. There were 98 gonorrhea cases in Blue Earth County in 2019, a rate of 153. Then they break down a bunch of the cases. Ugh, it's gross. So y'all want to defund the police and then you want to have the rise of STDs? Oh, hell no. So we gonna rock it back with another one. See, I like doing this. I don't know if y'all like it, but I like doing this. So, I got two other ones, but one of them I'm just going to be kind of quick with it because I'm not really too fond of this shit. I don't think it's okay And I don't know how to say it without sounding like a complete jackass. But we're gonna read it, man. Fox 9, KMSP. I love Fox 9, man. I just get my morning weather from it every morning and shit. Fox 9 was a dope. It's a good local news. I like it. I don't always side with what they say, but I like it. Minneapolis Park Board recreation staff has identified 16 parks that either have permits or have been designated to accommodate temporary encampments. These are what I call tent cities. We're just gonna read off some of the shit, man. This is nuts. Lake Harriet, 11 tents allowed. Marshall Terrace Park, 15 tents allowed. The Mall, 15 tents allowed. William Berry Park, 25 tents. Annie Young Meadow, full. Beltrami Park, full. B.F. Nelson Park, Boom Island Park, Bryn Mawr Meadows Park, Franklin Steele Park, Lake Nokomis, Logan Park, full. Lindale Farmstead Park, full. Minnehaha Regional Park, full. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Park, full. Riverside Park, full. According to the park board officials, crews will not work to remove encampments that do not have permits. Will work to remove encampments that don't have permits. This is a crisis, and this is unprecedented role for our agency, said the park board superintendent Al Bangora. We're working with partners from the city of Minneapolis and Hennepin County and are requesting more support and services at park encampments. We also need state of Minnesota to provide funding to the city and the county in support of short-term and long-term housing solutions. That's where I'm going to cut this off. Hell no. I've drove past some of these parks. Drove past them. These motherfuckers are doing their laundry, selling dope, shooting up dope in a fucking park. You're living in the park. What you mean long-term, short-term housing? Hell no. Minnesotans right now are fighting to keep their houses, and you want to give up more free houses. Hell no. Nah. That's not fair at all. I don't give a fuck. I did a report on a girl that was shot. She was shot by her baby daddy at the park. The baby just died in the hospital. And you all nuts? Hell no, clean the parks up, kick them the fuck out of the park, make them go to a shelter, get them a fucking job. What else you want someone to say? You want the taxpayers to pay out their ass to give free housing to a bunch of people that don't give a fuck if they live in a tent in a park. Since when did Skid Row become such a okay thing? And I mean that 100. I'm not saying we don't have a homeless problem, but we can't give homeless people houses. They ain't gonna take care of that shit. And if they do, it ain't all of them. That's facts. You can already see they're not. Now, can't think about that, man. Something, because what are we supposed to do about it? It's not a we thing. It should be a they thing. It's them. When do adults have to take responsibility for their actions? I know no one wants to have that conversation, but that's the conversation that got to be had. There's a bunch of adults at these parks that got to take responsibility for their actions, man. You can't just give someone a house and expect that they're going to take care of it. How are they going to pay for it? Oh, you want the taxpayers to pay for it? Hell no. At what point does this taxpayer have to quit helping everybody? Who the fuck is helping the taxpayer? And on that, I got one more for us, man. Just one more. This one I think is the most egregious. This is Fox 21 local news. Protesters sue Minneapolis over unreasonable and excessive use of force. Minneapolis, Fox 9, a group of protesters is filing a class action lawsuit against the city of Minneapolis for the use of unreasonable and excessive show of force during peaceful demonstrations in the days following the George Floyd's death. What about burning down AutoZone was peaceful? What about burning down Wendy's was peaceful? What about looting Target was peaceful? What about looting Cub was peaceful? What about spray painting up and down for 4 blocks surrounding those buildings? What about that was peaceful? I'm pretty sure the owners of 7 Sigma would say that shit wasn't peaceful. I bet the owner of Wendy's would say that shit wasn't peaceful. I bet the owner of Minnehaha Lake, Town Talk Diner, maybe they wouldn't because they're scared of the mob. But we all know, they know that shit was not peaceful. The fact that the news is still saying peaceful demonstrations there where they were not peaceful. During the day, they were peaceful. When the sun was out, people were peaceful. When the sun started to go down, the shit started to hit the fan. I watched people throw makeshift Molotov cocktails at the police on top of the 3rd precinct. I watched it. What about that's peaceful? Oh, you're mad because you got tear gassed. They shot rubber bullets. Shut the fuck up. I got tear gassed too because I was taking pictures of y'all asshole motherfuckers burning shit down. I hope someone that was a part of that fucking protest hears this episode someday and really gets their panties in a fucking bunch. Because the only reason you try to do any of that shit is because you were a part of a mob. Now you want to sue the police because the police stood their ground and shot you with rubber bullets. Grow the fuck up. You want to play adult games, you're going to win adult prizes. According to the lawsuit, the MPD used pepper spray and rubber bullets or tear gas on crowds that were peacefully protesting, infringing on their first rights. Nah, they weren't. The lawsuit specifically points to when officers used pepper spray and tear gas to disperse the crowd after the semi-tanker drove into the crowd on peaceful protesters on I-35W. Hold up. We stop it right here because that's a misdemeanor in the state of Minnesota to block the highway. You're already committing a crime. So in no way, I'm sorry, you're not being peaceful if you're actively committing a crime. You want to go chant and shit outside of a government building? You go for it. But you're going to go on a highway and expect people to feel bad for you? Nah, man. Fuck that. And I didn't really speak much on the tanker situation. I just didn't. I'm not going to. But I do know, in an argument, I cited that law, and so many people got triggered by that. That says a lot more to me than if I have to argue the tanker story. Look it up. Can you block the highways in Minnesota during a protest? No. I think the bill went into effect in 2018 because they blocked I-94 a couple of years ago. Type shit like that. Yeah, it's legit. And like I've said before, man, it's been real. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Enjoy the episode because we got so much more content coming. The link will be in the description to follow me on Parler, Instagram, and Twitter. You can message me whatever you want. Holla at your boy. It's Pet Shop, baby. We out.